I just want to say this. I want to say this to my people. Yes, I want to say this to my people. Whites' refusal to accept who they are and our refusal to acknowledge who they are causing us more and more heartache and pain. And it's pushing us in a more perilous situation. And I say that by us not recognize the fact that white people are violent people. Yes, I said that. White people are violent people and they rule off of violence. And this has been something consistently throughout the entire history of Europeans. If you ever take a look all the way back to Europe, white people have always been violent. We are a peaceful people. This is why we need to separate from them, because they refuse to take accountability for their actions. Even with the raid on the White House, they refuse to accept and look at who they are as a people. When you refuse to accept that, then you will continue to do that is harmful to other people. So all I want us to do as a people is to look at the actions and the behavior of Europeans in America and why we allow them to consider us, black people, as violent people. Understand the threat from these militia groups that raided the White House has been known about for years by white America. Understand that from 2008, after Obama became president, there was only 149 militia groups in America, listed militia groups. After Obama became president, within 4 years, there was 1,274 militia groups. They had an increase in membership of 6,000%. You hear what I'm saying? They had an increase of 6,000% in membership based on Obama being the president. This increase did not occur after the Patriot Act, which took their rights, which expanded government rights. Why? Because we had a white president. The biggest threat to the Constitution in American history was the Patriot Act under a white president. But there was no talks of socialism or any of that. But because you had a black president who preceded the white president who ran our country into the ground by giving a tax cut and going to war at the same time, right? Ran our financial industry into the ground, you get a black president who rebuilds the economy, and you get militias rise from 149 to 1,274 different militia groups till you get a 6,000% increase in militias based on the fact you had a black president. And then what America does is they continue to pack the courts with right-wing racist, white-wing racist judges share the ideology of these groups. After they done disarmed you, black people, they done disarmed you by convicting you as felons for marijuana charges, so the white Kyle Rittenhouses can now come into your community if you have any objection to the treatment of yourselves and murder you and be released. They've been knew about this. I don't understand why black people think that you are a part of this government. Why do you think that the United States government will protect you when they knew this increase happened under a black president? When they knew that the federal government already understood the biggest threat to America, democracy, was white-wing extremists. They already knew this. And when you look at history consistently, white people are very violent. So you have to monitor them a little more. Look at the school. And when you look at history consistently, white people are very violent. So you have to monitor them a little more. Look at the school shootings. Look at all the mass shootings in America. Who commit them? Oklahoma City bombing. Who does that? You have more terrorism done in America by white people than you have by any other race of people. It is not Arab terrorists that are threatening American lives. It is 100% white insecurity that is the biggest threat to American lives. It is whites who fear the ability to compete with black people. That is the problem. See, this is what we don't understand. Whites feel inferior to a large range. A lot of whites feel inferior. Yes, I said inferior to blacks. Intellectually, right, and physically, they feel inferior to blacks. And there's nothing we can do unless we continue to be subservient and continue not to be the best us to satisfy that. They're going to attack black people no matter what. They're going to hate you no matter what. If you do good, they're going to hate you. Understand, the government has been explicit in the killing of Malcolm X. New York Police Department participated in the murder of Malcolm X. Chicago Police Department participated in the murder of Fred Hampton. Understand this. You got to understand the FBI had informants and they participated and found guilty of the murder of Martin Luther King. So you can be nonviolent, peaceful, promote democracy, promote equality, and this government will attack you. You will be an enemy to this people, to the government. Do you understand this? So to my Bible thumpers, fake reverends, yes, I said the fake reverends, because if anybody was truly into that Bible and understood that Bible, then they would be preaching and promoting separation like Malcolm X. Because there's nothing we can do for them. They refuse to hold a mirror to their own face and hold themselves accountable. Black people are the only people who value democracy. We are the only people who value freedom. America, white America opposes freedom. White America has went to war to oppose freedom. Understand that. They will lay down and die to oppose other people's freedom. They lack a certain amount of humanity. I said that, yes, they lack a certain amount of humanity as a collective to hold a mirror to their own face and say, look at all the school shootings. Look at Vegas, the mass shooting in Las Vegas. You look at the Temple Sikh shooting. You look at the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting. You look at the Oklahoma City bombing. You look at the crime rate. It is whites. But they refuse to acknowledge that and refuse to hold themselves accountable. And as long as we are amongst them, we will be the most vulnerable. The purpose of what message I'm trying to deliver to my people is that unity is the only way for us to seek safety. Self-sufficiency and independency is the only way for us to seek safety physically, mentally, and financially. Understand that. No matter what you do, in their eyes, they're going to devalue it because it's you. If you buy a house in their community, they're going to move out of that house in mass numbers and devalue your property. The house structure has not changed. Nothing changed about the community, but you have arrived. So they begin to massively put their houses on the market, and then they begin to rent out their houses to other people who's not going to hold the same value in that property because they don't have the same equity invested in those properties. And the owners are not going to upkeep those properties, therefore continuously devaluing your properties. I just want us to understand what's being said, done as a people, and understand we have to gear up and prepare because it's about to get worse and worse.